Now, you don't have to be a co-op member or even a grocery shopper to find fresh fruits, nuts, herbs, and other edibles right on the streets of Boulder. Hannah Lee Myers is here to give us a website tour of where to forage.
Boulder is home to hundreds of fruit trees that produce food that mostly goes to waste. Plum trees, apple trees, pear trees, peach trees, all ready for picking. And fallingfruit.org is a website that maps that free urban harvest all over the globe, but especially right here in Boulder. Here's how it works. You click to zoom in on the area where you want to go food hunting. This is Boulder. Boulder has over 400 points here. That's over 400 places that you can find free available fruit that might go to waste otherwise. You click on a specific dot, that's a specific tree or site, and a message pops up. Here's a message we have from a mulberry tree. What a beauty, it says. High up, bring a ladder and share with the Pakistani kids in the CU family housing. Chances are they might have posted that one themselves. Another one here says European plum tree. It tells you August to September is the best time to come looking for fruit. And it also says this one has large, happy Italian plums, so this might be a good tree to check out yourself. Either way, you can also zoom into these specific areas and see a street view if you so choose. That street view will show you exactly the tree you're looking for. Fallingfruit.org is all about celebrating the bounty of food that usually goes to waste in streets, sidewalks, and yards. The hope is that the site also fosters community. And for more on that, we have one of the website's creators here in the studio. For that, back to you folks at the desk.
And this is Ian Weltley. He is a CU Boulder PhD student and one of the co-creators of fallingfruit.org. Thank you so much for coming in today, Ian. So what inspired this website?
I think my vision, it was a much narrower vision at first. I was just someone that liked to dabble with fermented beverages and was out in the streets of Boulder looking for apples, like in the photo you saw, to feed my apple press. And just keeping my head up and looking at the canopy of Boulder, I realized there was a lot more growing than just apples in a lot of different places. So I just started to take notes.
Cool.
So obviously from the screenshots that we saw, there's a ton of trees out there. Did you find all these yourself?
No, so of course, I think myself and the other creator, Caleb Phillips, we put in our fair share, but really there's hundreds of people's efforts that are represented in the website. We brought together foraging maps from communities all across North America. And actually for Boulder, there's a button on the website, you click municipal, and it'll turn on municipal inventories from cities that were slowly migrating into the website, including for Boulder, which brings up the numbers to several thousands if you really want to get in the thick of it.
That's great.
So then being so involved in this initiative, is there like a favorite story you have to share about someone who went to your website and had a good experience?
Well, we haven't heard any, we just released it basically last week. The good experiences have been very personal. I spent all last summer foraging for basically all of my fruit in summer and fall, whenever there was something growing in town. My friend Jeff and I picked those 500 pounds of apples that you saw a picture of just recently. That was just half a mile from my house, a couple hours. And we could have done several tons if we had really wanted to. There's a lot out there.
So you're saying there's a lot out there. What do you do with all this fruit when you do collect it?
Apple cider. I've started to make jams. I have a lot to learn about preserving food for when it's not the growing season. I made several fruit-inspired beers. I made some lambics from some of the harvest.
That's great.
So then what's the next thing for fallingfruit.org?
Yeah, so we're actually going global. I've started to spread out to other countries. I think the last couple of nights I've added Australia, some data in India, and Israel, and there's a lot more to come. We'd like to really, once we get everyone together on one map, we'd like to grow the community element and start to look at how people are using the map and where they're active and bring people that are overlapping in their foraging ranges together.
That's amazing. Ethan, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story with us.
Thank you.